Before we start, I will do a quick introduction of we sitting up here so that you are clear in your minds as to why we are here. So I'm Professor Francis Watson, Dean of Student Affairs. And I have my colleague, he will also introduce himself to you.
So I'm also called Dr. Benedifa, the Vice Dean of Student Affairs at Mount.
Thank you. The reason why we are here is that anytime there is a situation in the student body and lay down structures cannot fully handle such situations, everything comes to the Dean of Students. I want you to lend me your ears, even as you share your water. So everything comes to the Dean of Student Affairs, where there is no capacity for members to act accordingly. So I'm here as the Dean of Students to act in certain capacities in this meeting. And before we proceed with the outline, we will want to say a few things. This is Unified GA. Last year, those who were privileged to be part of this GA, the old or the outgoing GA, will remember the last meeting we had. We went through a situation that I, as the Dean of Students, do not, under any circumstance, want to go through again. And I believe you sitting here, if you were part of that GA, you too wouldn't want to go through such situations. The goal is that we are able to conduct our activities so that at the end of the day, AAMUSTED, which is the institution that we are all serving, will be uplifted so that we will all be proud of AAMUSTED. If the name of AAMUSTED is tainted, no matter who you are, whether president, whether vice president, whether dean of students, whether vice chancellor, you even feel ashamed to be associated with AAMUSTED because AAMUSTED's name is tainted. And so when we are here, our goal is one. And whatever we do, we want to achieve one thing. And so, we discuss issues not on personal basis. We discuss issues with the goal to uplifting AAMUSTED. So anything that we think we will do that will not glorify the name of AAMUSTED, as members, we try as much as possible not to engage in. I'm saying all these things before we begin the day's business. Today, this meeting is an emergency meeting. And it is not an ordinary meeting. So proceedings may not be ordinary as you may expect. And as you know from administrative point of view, emergencies or emergency meetings tackle specific things. And when those specific things are done, that is it. That regular meetings go through all the protocols of the meeting. So you should understand some of these things so that we can all flow together. We are here in the spirit of unity because this is unified GA. It is not divided GA. And so everybody here, whether Mampo, whether Kumasi, is here in the spirit of the unified. And so let's our conversations, our deliberations, our arguments be geared towards the unified as we are expecting. Before I proceed to the business, I will let my vice dean also admonish the house. Okay, so vice dean, have some few words for members before we start the business.
So, thank you very much, Dean. Good afternoon, colleagues. I hope we are all doing well. Sorry for the late start of the actual meeting. There have been meetings before this meeting. So you could observe your president and other members were not around. All in the name of trying to find peace so that we have a successful meeting. We are in this community called the academic community. So please, let's do our business as such. This is not our normal home. So please, let's conduct our business as academics. If you disagree, we just say I disagree. But not like what the grassroots people do during politics time. If you disagree, you take the ballot box and we know. Yeah, you disagree, just say I disagree. Why do you disagree? Then we give your version. If we all agree with you, we decide with you. If not, we don't have insult over here. We don't bring spirituality here. No other religions here. This is unified SRC G. So please, let's conduct our business. Especially, remember, you did one day go to the deed for clearance. And if care is not taken, you have a number go on your clearance. So if it's me, sometimes I can say, as for these people, when they come, I must sign myself. So I'll never be there to sign. So please, kindly be with us. We are doing our part, also doing the part. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Vice. Thank you, Vice Dean. Okay, so we will begin. First of all, prayer has been said. First of all, looking at the agenda for the meeting. There's going to be some amendments, and so we all go through the agenda and the amendments, and once that is done, we all adopt it and then proceed according to the business of the day. I know most of you are wondering why I'm sitting here and not one of you sitting here. You will soon understand. Right. So if you have the invitation agenda, I hope everybody has. You may have the soft or the hard. Let me see by hand those who have Now everything is solved. So please, do you all have?
Yes.
Very good. So on that agenda, we have a number of things, but some amendments are being proposed. First of all, the reason why I'm sitting here chairing this meeting at the beginning, I'm choosing my words carefully, at the beginning, is that currently the unified president who is supposed to chair, he is in our midst. However, for technical reasons, and when I say technical reasons, you know, he has graduated, so he's now an alumnus, and so automatically they didn't take the position unless there is advice, and all those things will be handled very soon. So if I'm sitting here because technically the one who is supposed to sit here cannot sit. When there is no SRC president, it is the dean that acts. When there is no grasser, it is the dean that acts. So if I'm sitting here, it is lawful. So we are supposed to have open prayer, welcome address by the unified president, swearing in of GA, assembly members, reading of previous minutes, and all that. And because this is an emergency meeting, this agenda has or is going to be amended accordingly as emergency meeting. And so these are the amendments that are being proposed. When I finish, if you have any comment, input, you can give it, and then we will all adopt it. Yes.
Thank you very much, Prof. Chair. My name is Chuba Kuya Justice. Prof. Chair, respectfully, first of all, I think we don't have anyone taking minutes of whatever that is proceeding now. And then also with the amendment, I would suggest that we first adopt the order paper, then after that we have amendment. I think that is the amendments that we are using in our meetings.
Okay. So you permit me if I don't proceed as you know in your standing orders, you know you have your standing orders. If I miss any of the standing orders, fine, you have the right to prompt. It's acceptable. Right. So this other paper before us, do we adopt it and then proceed to amend? Is that right? Good. So I put before you the other paper as you have, and will members, will anyone rise to move for acceptance?
Thank you very much, Prof. Chair. My name is Chuba Kuya Justice. Prof. Chair, I think I raised two concerns. The first one has to do with
Okay, the secretary.
We will address that. We will address that.
It's something that is going to be addressed.
Part of the measures we take. Yeah.
Then I, Chuba Kuya Justice, move for the adoption of the order.
Okay, thank you. Any second? All right. As you can see, we are in an emergency. Everything shows we are in an emergency. So things may not go as you are expecting, but I promise you very soon things will normalize. Good. So Tribunal Copia Justice move for the adoption of the order paper And then who seconded? Thank you. Ajay President. Thank you very much. So I'm proposing the following amendments. Open prayer is already there. So I'm proposing that after the open prayer, we have swearing in of the chairman and the council authority. Here, the chairman, we are referring to the vice president of the Unified, who is supposed to come from Mampo, since the Unified president is coming from Kumasi, automatically the vice will come from Mampo. And so we are proposing that we swear in the president, the former president of Mampo, as the vice president of the Unified, who in the absence of the Unified president chairs the meeting. So that is the first amendment. 2. Members, I hope I can give all the amendments and then we, all right. So I'll proceed on that. 2. After the swearing in, then we will have the welcome address by the Unified President, and in this case, it will be done by the chair who has been sworn in. And then presidential message will also be done. So all duties that would have been done by the Unified President will then be executed by the Vice Unified President, who is the former president of Mampo. And then there will be updates on the new constitution. In fact, these ones are all in the other paper. So the order is what we are amending. Then dissolution of the former GA members. And then swearing in of the new GA members. After that, we have election of the executive unified members, followed by dissolution of the old ESCOM GA members, and then swearing in of the new. And then, since this is an emergency meeting, we will have no AOs. We are going strictly according to the order that we have. So, closing or adjournment of the meeting and closing prayer. So, this is the amendment that is proposed. It's before members. You may comment or adopt. Put it before you. Thank you. Yes.
Thank you very much, Prof. Chair. My name is Truba Justice. Prof. Chair, I rise to, first of all, thank you very much for such a proposal. But Prof. Chair, respectfully, when we dissolve the GA, it means both the executive committee and then the members of the General Assembly are dissolved. So I will also suggest that we haven't even sworn in our electoral commissioner yet. So why then don't we swear in the electoral commissioner together with the unified vice president and then the council attorney, so that after the dissolution of the former general GA members, then the electoral commission then does the elections. We then swear in the new executive together with their this thing, then I think that one will be rather legally sound than we dissolving the General Assembly, of which the Executive Committee, the one we are going to swear in now, is part of.
Okay. Yeah, let me also mention this. I'll come back to you. Let me mention this with the issue of the Electoral Commission. As my advice said, meetings have gone on behind scenes, and we are proposing that due to the situation at hand, the Electoral Commissioner of Kumasi and the Electoral Commissioner of Mampo both will both will jointly oversee the election of today. So we are not going to elect one person to do that for the situation's sake. So both ECs will carry or will oversee the election for today. So on that grounds, you can come in with your proposal.
Thank you very much, Professor. I would once again like to inquire. Is it the incoming electoral commissioners of the GA or the ones that are actually exiting office, or the ones that we are going to dissolve? The electoral commission, because if it's the incoming, they have a voting right, and of which they are going to be part of delegates to cast their vote. So asking them to conduct the elections whilst they themselves are going to vote will be a bit of a dilemma. But in case if we then give it to the old or the outgoing ones, I think they have no voting right and they can conduct. If both of them are outgoing ones are available, I suggest we use them rather than the ones who are having delegates and they are going to cast their vote.
Okay, yes.
Thank you, the Chair. The Chair respectfully, I rose on the point of information to inform the Honorable who just
please come for this microphone.
Honorable Tunibu Akudia Justice. Just as it was said from the commencement that a lot of engagements has gone on, and the reason for which the reason for which the unified president would not chair the meeting is the same reason for which the EC wouldn't be able to conduct the elections, because equally he's an alumni. And so if we are saying the president cannot chair because he's an alumni, then in that same spirit, the EC could also not conduct elections because it's an alumni. And in the case of the incomings conducting and you thinking maybe they have voting rights and so they should not. Even in the case of Ghana, the electoral commissioner votes, but she still conducts elections or spearheads elections. And so we've taken all those things into consideration. So where their election could be supervised by the office of the dean. I mean, that of the commissioners, both of them could be supervised by the dean's office. And then after which, they also spearhead that of the General Assembly, owing to the pending circumstances we find ourselves. So I would personally want to appeal to honorable members, or better plead to honorable members, that we accept the order paper as amended so that we make progress respectfully. Thank you.
Thank you, honorable member. Yes. Please, let's try and not grab things. Let's be on point. Already half of the day is gone. Okay. Honorable member.
Thank you, the Chair. My name is Bryce Onina. Please, I rise to seek for clarification on a matter. Please, on the agenda, he said for the welcome address, it will be done by the Vice President that will be sworn in. So we wanted to know who will be reading the presidential message. We wanted to get a clarification on that.
All right. So if you listen carefully, I said that all the duties that the president would have been performing, the vice president who will be sworn in and will be the chair will be performing that.
Please, I have some reservations on it because the presidential message is to carry some of the vital information of the then unified president. He represented us at council. And I think there are some issues that came up at council that will be in the message. So I think it will be quite prudent if the House will agree, he reads it so that we can direct our questions to him instead of directing the questions to someone who never attended the council meeting.
Okay, so yeah, that's a good observation and suggestion. But since he is not the chair could call upon him.
That's why I said there can be an agreement.
So I'm saying that the chair could invite him to come and deliver the presidential. So that one shouldn't be a very rigid situation.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Okay, thank you very much, Prof. My name is Chuba Kudajes. I was actually trying to clear something for the Honorable Right. Of course, the presidential message is to be read by the president. But as we all know, the vice president and the president are one. So if the president is not there and the vice president is chairing, automatically whatever he is doing in for the president.
And even in this case, he could be called, he could be invited. He has the right to do it. As I'm sitting, I can let my vice say something on my behalf, as I permit him to do so. So it shouldn't be too. If he wants to do it himself, he has the right to do that. If he wants to invite him to come and do it on his behalf, or come and answer certain questions when after he has presented, he can call him to do so. So it shouldn't be a problem at all. Right. Thank you. Are we making progress? Yes. Thank you. So I think the issue of presidential message has been sorted out, and then the issue of the ECs, as I've explained, that in the circumstances in which we find ourselves. So House, that's a proposal that the two ECs on both campuses oversee the election. I hope it's accepted by the House. Members, do you accept? Okay. As I said, if I don't go by the orders as we go by all the time, permit me. Right. You should understand we are not in normal times. And so we should be ready to accommodate some outliners. Okay. So if no one is raising any other issue, will somebody move for the adoption of the new order paper, or the amendment of the order paper? Okay, there was an issue. There was an issue of Honorable Tinubu. We said the GA members dissolves with the ESCOM members. And so you made a suggestion. What did you, can you come again?
Well, I think I made a suggestion that the dissolving of the GA members.
Dissolving of the GA members. After we dissolve, the ESCOM too dissolves. But I think in the other paper, we had a situation where the GA would dissolve and then later the ESCOM would also be dissolved. But after the dissolution of GA members, the ESCOM, including the GA members, are all dissolved. Because they still have the power as ESCOM members, because we are still GA members. So as soon as we have been dissolved, automatically they are also no more. Members,
I was proposing that we can't also have the elections before dissolution. So
yes.
I was proposing that after the dissolution of the former GA members, the CJ then comes to do swearing in of new GA members. Then the elections continue. Then the new GA members get sworn in. So the dissolution of the old ESCOM should be taken out, because after the dissolution of the former GA members, the ESCOM is passed, so it's all dissolved. So then leave everything to the hands of the CJ.
No, let me also put it before you that the discussions we had, the Dean of Student Affairs will be acting as the CJ. Is the Dean that will be swearing in all the members, including the chair. All swearing in will be done by the Dean of Student Affairs.
Well then, Prof, I think this one works in our favor. This one works in our favor. So after the dissolution of the former GA members, it means both the ESCOM and the GA are all dissolved. Then we leave everything in the hands of the Deans, swear the new ones in, and then they take the mantle.
Okay, so in that case, that is the dissolution of the old ESCOM GA will not be, it should be taken out. Yes.
All right, thank you very much, Prof. Chair. My name is Daniel Briebois. I am of different view. I'm of a different view. I suggest that we should maintain the other people in that way. In a sense that since we don't want to have two GAs in the same GA, what we have to do is that the ESCOM has to supervise the elections and make sure that new ESCOM people have been gotten. After that, they will exist the same. If not, we are going to create the same chaos that during Excellency Magnus' time we created. So, by extension, Honorable, we would like to hold this in that context. Let we have the GA members, anything the same, for the new GA members constituting the GA. Then after the elections and everything, then the ESCOM will exist, having a new ESCOM spearheading that person. Thank you very much.
So it's a convention that, sorry, Prof. Chair, it's a convention that you are proposing. Agree? It's a
Direct question
Please address the chair.
to the chair, then I'll
I'm addressing to the chair, but I wanted him to remember. Because he asked the question. Prof. Chair, so,
But it's still addressed to me.
yes, but he was listening somewhere else, and I wanted him to.
No, I have to double. Yes.
Okay.
Right, Prof. Chair, so it's a convention that is proposing, of which the House has to agree to it. But then, legally, I think that's not how it's supposed to be done. But if it's a convention that we are all agreeing to, then preferably it will be up to the House to agree on it.
Yeah, so it's a proposal. That's why we are considering it. Yes.
Thank you, Prof. My name is Siak.
Just as Honorable Obiyewa was saying, at the local SRC level, we do dissolve our local assembly, but the local SRC ESCOM still holds until an official handing over is done. So we can equally adopt it here and put that practice into use here. We will dissolve the General Assembly, but the General Assembly Executive Committee can hold until they officially hand over to the newly elected executives, and then we can have something else.
Okay, thank you. Yes.
Thank you, Prof. Chair. My name is Said Dauna Angelica. I'm Sedman from Kansas. Please, I would like to add to what the former Amanian Pompo president said. But right now, after dissolving the former GA members, the chairman will still be in the seat. So if we are dissolving them automatically, who is going to chair? But then we have not made any election for someone to chair the program. And he is still in the seat, and if we dissolve, who is going to chair the program? So I suggest we should maintain the order like that. Thank you.
All right, thank you, honorable members. So will somebody move for the adoption of the amendment?
Thank you, Chair. My name is Riganda Kunde. We did pass this as Vice President of Council, and I move for the acceptance of the amendments.
All right, so Honorable Dakon has moved. Yeah, I want to see the ladies. So, Oh, okay. So we don't have rights.
Thank you, the chair. I am Eli Nanayawaduli. I duly second the adoption of the order paper. Thank you.
Thank you. Honorable members, I'm so grateful. With the spirit in which we have started, I think it's a very good one. It's so promising. I believe that we should stay within this spirit for proceedings to go peacefully to the end. On that note, I call the former president of MAMPO and then the CJ, council attorney, to come forward for the swearing. Council attorney to the unified president. Please motion forward for the swearing.
You need the microphone.
So you face the people.
Doing up the CJ of the old, I need some clarification before we proceed. Any of the CJs here? Yeah, I need a clarification before we proceed. Yeah, I'm trying to get all the oaths. I have some, and I wanted to confirm if that is all. But I have 1 minute, so you have it before we have this. Okay, so you are first of all going to take, please listen carefully. Shall the House be attentive on what we are doing? You are first of all going to take the oath of executive officers, and then you also take the oath, and then oath of allegiance, and oath of secrecy. So you are going to take 4 oaths. Okay. Yeah, presidential oath is also here. So let's begin with the presidential oath. Okay, so please, let's mic him.
Order.
I, Emmanuel Johnson.
Having been elected
to
the high office of the president or vice president
to the high office of the vice president
of the student representative council, do hereby in the name of God
do hereby in the name of God
swear that I will be faithful and true to SRC,
that I will be faithful and true to the SRC,
that I shall strive at all times to preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the SRC. And I hereby declare myself holy, without fear nor favor, to the service and welfare of the student of the University of Akenten Apiaminka, University of Skills Training and Entrepreneurial Development. In particular, and of Ghana in general, and uphold the Constitution of the SRC. I further solemnly swear that I will conform to the principles of strict accountability financially, and otherwise and okay, let me take this. And otherwise, and that
and commit myself to the dictates of the SRC Constitution
and suffer the penalties therefore. So help me God. All right. Thank you. Bear with me. The screen is going sideways. So now you take the oath of executive officers, and I think in this case both of them will do so. So let's go. I,
Emmanuel.
Having been elected as
Having been elected as a councillor
to the SRC, do hereby in the name of God swear.
Do hereby in the name of God swear.
That I will. At all times faithfully and truly serve the SRC. In my capacity as
a council adjutant.
That I will support. And uphold the principles of meticulous accountability, financially and otherwise. That I will seek the welfare of the students. Of the Akenten Apiaminka University of Skills Training and Entrepreneurial Development.
University of Skills Training and Entrepreneurial Development.
In particular and welfare of the students of Ghana. in general.
in general.
I further swear
I further swear
that I further swear that should I at any time break this oath,
I further swear that should I at any time break this oath of office,
I shall submit myself to the penalty prescribed by the SRC Constitution.
I shall submit myself to the penalty prescribed by the SRC Constitution.
So help me God.
So help me God.
So now we move on to the oath of the Executive Committee. So let's go. I, on assuming office as a member of the Executive Committee of SRC.
On assuming office as a member of the Executive Committee of SRC.
Hereby in the name of God swear.
Hereby in the name of God swear.
That I will strive at all times to preserve.
That I will strive at all times to preserve.
Protect and defend the SRC Constitution.
Protect and defend the SRC Constitution.
Especially the principles of meticulous accountability.
Especially the principles of meticulous accountability.
And that I hereby declare.
And that I hereby declare.
And that I hereby dedicate.
And I hereby dedicate
myself to the service and welfare of the students.
Myself to the service and welfare
of the students
of Akentenapia University of Skills Training and Entrepreneurial Development.
Of Akentenapia University of Skills Training and Entrepreneurial Development.
I further solemnly swear. That I shall be not found wanting.
That I shall not be found wanting.
In the discharge of my responsibility as a member.
In the discharge of my responsibility as a member.
Of the Executive Committee of the SRC.
Of the Executive Committee of the SRC.
Nor place myself in such a position.
Nor place myself in such a position.
As to frustrate the efficient functioning.
Of
the said Executive Committee of the SRC.
Of the said Executive Committee of the SRC.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Okay, thank you. So now we move on to oath of allegiance. I do in the name of the Almighty God swear.
Do in the name of the Almighty God swear.
That I will bear true faith and allegiance.
That I will bear true faith and allegiance.
To SRC as by law established.
To SRC as by law established.
That I will uphold the sovereignty and integrity.
That I will uphold the sovereignty and integrity.
Of the university.
Of the university.
And that I will preserve.
And that I will preserve.
Protect. Defend the Constitution of SRC.
The Constitution of the SRC.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Okay, now we are left with the last oath. Oath of secrecy. I, holding the office of
Vice President of Councillor,
do in the name of the Almighty God swear.
Do in the name of the Almighty God swear.
That I will not directly or indirectly communicate.
That I will not directly or indirectly communicate.
Or reveal any person. Or reveal to any person. Okay. Any matter. Which shall be brought under my consideration. Or shall come to my knowledge. In the discharge of my official duties. As may be specially permitted by law. So help me God.
God.
Alright, so shall we clap for them? Thank you. So please, the phone has been very, so kindly come for it. Thank you, honorable members, for supporting the proceedings. Now, yes, one last thing, then I will leave the chair, the seat for the new chair to take over. In our deliberations before this meeting, both houses agreed that we also have crisis with the secretaryship. Currently, the secretary is bereaved, as you may know. And then the Mampong to the one who was supposed to now step in is also not available. And so it was agreed that the treasurer will assist, the commercial treasurer will assist the chair, current chair, to execute his duties. If members agree, then let's go by that. If you have any objection, you can let us know. Thank you. Is there any objection? Okay, thank you. So, thank you for your acceptance. On this note, I will leave the chairman's seat together with my improvised secretary. You hand everything over to the new chair and the secretary to now proceed with the other people. And the support you have given to us, in fact, is overwhelming and it's well noted and appreciated. You do it for AAMUSTED. And so we live, and it is our hope that it will continue through to the end. I will also be coming in to perform one or two functions as the CJ until we have a new CJ. Thank you very much, House. Chair.
Over to you, Chair, the attorney, and then the treasurer who is going to act as a secretary. So the secretary, the acting secretary. The Kumasi current, they are not yet gone. They are about to go.
Okay, our attention has been drawn to something quickly, that the treasurer we proposed is also not a GA member, and so cannot be so. House, we need a secretary.
A secretary, because I couldn't write anything.
Okay, please wait. We are trying to resolve that issue. Please, let's sort this issue out and then we'll come to. So, is that okay?
No, it should be the SRC.
SRC treasurer. Okay.
She's also completed.
She's also completed. Okay.
Former treasurer, combat. He is still a GA member. They are combat area.
Okay.
So I think
all right. House. Okay, so we proceed. Now we leave you in peace. All right, all the best.
We are around. Please, I pray for peace. Kindly put your head.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, House. Even though our deans are not here, we would like to render our sincere gratitude and appreciation to them. And then we will do it again at the appropriate time. Please, let's make progress. Dean have already craved our indulgence as to the lateness of the meeting, and then we are truly sorry too. So, without much ado, I would like to call on the Unified Councillor Tony to take us through the standing orders for our meeting. It's an official meeting, so we have to know the mode of communication that we'll be using throughout.
Thank you very much, the chair of the House. I'm honored to introduce to you the interventional signs that regulates the conduct of this meeting. And so, first of all, we have a hand known as the free hand, which is this. If you are not so sure of what you want to, the intervention to give, you can actually raise your hand freely like this and make your submission. We've also got an intervention as a point of information, which is done this way: your left hand up, and then this finger inside the left hand. And that is when you want to pass information to the House or seek information from the chair, or maybe any information that you would want to also be addressed with, or you want to be given a point of information. Then you've also got point of correction. So point of correction is also done this way, with these two fingers inside your palm, your left palm. And it's also used when you want to correct an honorable member. Maybe someone has said something which does not fall in line with the discussion, or maybe something which is false, being peddled in the House, and you want to correct the person, you also raise this interventional sign. And the last of it, the last is the point of order, which is the highest order. So let's say a member is misleading the House, and you want the member to actually resume his or her seat. Another member is saying something which is possibly outside the agenda or the subject under discussion, or maybe it's leading the House astray, and you want the other member to sit down, not to continue any longer with the submission. You raise a point of order. And with all those interventions, you must actually catch the eye of the chair for it to be called. It's not automatic that as you raise them, you should be called. Thank you very much. Sorry, I forgot the addendum. So addendum has got to do with adding on to something someone has already said, or maybe you shared in the thought of what someone has said, and you want to add more to it, to elaborate more on what a person has already said, then you give what is known as the addendum. And it's not like you are calling someone. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you very much
for such education. Honourable members, I would like to welcome you all to the Emergency General Assembly meeting. It's for a peculiar purpose. That's why we are having this emergency meeting. Looking at the timing and then the calling, it tells us that it's very crucial and critical. That's why certain things that ought to be done wasn't able to meet the needed requirement. But we are grateful to God that He brought us here successfully, and we are continuing with our program. We hope that everything will run smoothly. Now I would like to take our presidential message. We'll be taking our presidential message. All right, so So, on agenda number 4, the presidential message, we would like a member to move for the agenda for the reading of the presidential message. A GA member should move for the reading of the presidential message, please. Honorable member. Yes, please.
Thank you very much. The chair in the house. Mr. Kola, the chair, I raised for free hand to seek for clarification. The chair, with your kind permission, I would like to know who is going to give us the presidential message.
Thank you very much, honorable member. I believe that when we get there, we will cross it.
The chair, for the want of time, I don't want us to go back and forth. That is why I'm asking the chair.
All right, honorable Bright.
Thank you, the chair. My name is Bright Omina, former Unified Local News President. I think, former Unified Local News President. I think respectfully, this very issue has been spoken about. I was the very person that raised this point of information, asking the various dean who will be reading the presidential message. And they stated it clearly that the certain vice president who is chairing the meeting can read the message or call on the outgoing unified president to read. So I think it's something that we've spoken about, so we pray you don't take us back. Thank you very much.
All right.
Thank you very much. The name is Said Dauna Bibajelika. Please, I would like to seek for some clarification because the program outline we have adopted and we have accepted. So I don't know why a member should move for a moving a motion before we have to continue the next item on the agenda.
Thank you very much. I believe it was for clarification. So a member should move for the reading of the presidential message. Okay.
All right. Thank you, the chair. So the adoption we did was entirely to see this is what we are going to do for the day. But then, as to moving from one item to the other, we must be under the permission of members to carry on with the item on which we have gotten to. So, for instance, we say opening prayer, and if you are moving on to swearing, members must agree that the prayer is okay, and they are moving on to the other one. That notwithstanding, in fact, it's not a practice that's not known, as far as student sittings are concerned. It's done in TAG and many other countries. That notwithstanding, we believe G is the highest decision-making body. And so if you want the chair to just mention that the next item is and we move on, that's also fine. Just to save time, we will agree with you. But then the House must be in agreement. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Honorable Bright.
Thank you, Vice Chair. Please, in respect to what the council attorney is saying, I think those in Mount Hall, we are not used to somebody moving for the next agenda to be discussed. So if fair enough, the chair wants us to move on, we are off to go. Thank you very much.
So, House, I would like us to know if we all agree that we should move before we get to the agenda. Let's say aye. And those not in favor say no. No. All right, the ayes have it. So, honourable members, we move on to the reading of the presidential message, and then it shall be done by the Unified President, His Excellency David Akwete Ochre. Thank you very much. A point of information. Okay, Honorable Elisha.
Thank you, Your Excellency, the Chair and the House. The Chair, I want to pass an information. Yes, in fact, the Chair, I perfectly agree with the submission being made by the former local news president of Mampong here in Unified. But I want to pass an information That's why the secretary is just beside you. After the reading, it will be captured and will be accepted by this house. Now, my information is that the one who is going to give us the message is not the sitting president. So you can read, and if there is any question, and we ask and then you cannot in a way answer, then we go back for advice from the outgone president. Because please permission to speak to you. Or can we are it will be captured. Can they read what they are saying? I don't know whether if the house is in agreement with me. Thank you, and I duly submit.
You should translate. I don't understand you.
His Excellency, the former Vice President.
My name is Godfrey Atia Jr. Former SRC Vice President, Thomas Campus. Please, I believe there was going to be an agreement. My hand was already up and before me. But I'm hoping as the sitting chairperson and the president of Unified, you kindly do us the honors by reading the presidential message. And if there is any question any honorable member would want to ask, we do ask. If maybe you have no knowledge about it, we can seek clarification from His Excellency David Akwete. Thank you very much, Major.
All right, House. That is duly noted and accepted. So I will rise to go and then deliver the presidential message, and then the council attorney will preside as the chair. Thank you very much.
I love you, the chair.
Honorable members, you know our time is far from. That notwithstanding, the president is due to get the documents for us, such as he reads, we can also peruse along. So, in pardon him for the timetable, he just want to make it available on the WhatsApp platform for us to follow. Honorable members, respectfully, we are having challenges with the network. So if you permit, he continues to read, and when the networks get better, then we push the documents. Please, do we agree? If you do less, let me hear yeah. If you do not, no. So when I hear it, then yes, I will. So President, respectfully, you can go ahead and read. President, you may proceed with the presidential message.
All right, thank you very much. A presidential message delivered by the Unified SRC Vice President for His Excellency David Akwete. During the Emergency General Assembly meeting at the new auditorium on 4th.
President, respectfully, point of information. Please, I want to believe it's in regards to what is.
Yes, please.
Because the president is giving them. We don't have to be targeted.
Yes, please. Thank you. The chair, since you are the chair, let me address you. The chair, in fact, we are intellectuals, and this is presidential message. Please, it's no good for him to be reading while we, the GA members, in fact, professors like us, we don't have the document. How can we make
Point of order. Point of order. Honorable.
Thank you very much, the chair. My name is Peter Mason. Respectfully, I want to put my brother to order. The chair sought for permission from members and they agreed to that.
Thank you very much. Order sustained. Honorable, sit down. Please, respectfully, let's put down interventions for the president to finish with his message. Unless, of course, the room is burning. Other than that, President will continue with the message.
The chairman of the General Assembly, the SRC president of Kumasi and Mampong campuses, all ex-official presidents, my hard-working, unified SRC executives, distinguished General Assembly members, both outgoing and incoming, the media, ladies and gentlemen. We gather today as one body, united in our pursuit of excellence and committed to shaping the future of our great university. As your chief servant, I stand before you with a sense of great responsibility to present to you my message. Mr. Chairman, I am afraid that this message might not be one of those colorful presidential speeches we usually get, but trust me, it will be simple and most importantly, impactful. A few months ago, I stood before the General Assembly to swear an oath and pledge my allegiance to the service of the unified SRC. I must say that journey has not been smooth, but in all cases, myself and my executive have fought to work within the vision of the Dean of Student Affairs, a vision of good relationship and cordiality between the two campuses of our noble university. Mr. Chairman, in my short-lived administration, I saw to it that I present the Unified Fund at the handing over ceremony and the first local assembly meeting of both Mampong and Kumasi campuses. One thing I have identified between these two presidents is the warm relation and respect for each other, which to me is the hope for the future of AAMUSTED SRC. I pray that they stand firm at all times to maintain the relation and defend not their interests, but that of the student problems. Mr. Chairman, on the matter of the SRC Constitution, I still sadden my heart. It's still sadden my heart, sorry, that it has not been promulgated as we speak, but I am also happy that I was able to contribute my efforts to its progress by ensuring the payment of 12,500 from the Kumasi campus to the university lawyer as half payment for the proofreading of the said constitution. With assurance given by the current SRC president of Mampong campus, and other half will be paid in due time. I have engaged the Dean of Student Affairs and the Registrar of the university for an immediate approval for the academic board in their capacity to make way for the promulgation. AAMUSTED SRC needs a new constitution to champion the cause of students and mitigate some of the issues that keep coming up at the Unified Front. Mr. Chairman, as the name implies, the Unified SRC must indeed be unified, and one of the two that will bring about its enforcement is the Constitution. I hereby emphasize that whoever takes over as the next unified president must not relent on seeing its promulgation. The SRC Parliamentary Council must take its rightful legislative place to give the executive the opportunity to discharge its service diligently and accountably to the people. Mr. Chairman, wrapping up on my message, I want to thank each and everyone for the support throughout the journey. I I really appreciate you. To the candid advice that was shared, I am thankful. To every constructive criticism made towards me, I am grateful. Yes, because a smooth sea never made a good sailor. We have learnt the hard way, but we have still learnt. To my brother, His Excellency Emmanuel from Kwanzaa, I hereby appreciate our personal relation and mutual respect for each other. Together with your executive, I must say, AAMUSTED has taught us well. AAMUSTED has taught us well, and I'm highly optimistic that we shall meet at the top. Well reformed and ready to make our university proud. To my delegates, your support has been unmatched and pledged itself to the return in the near future. A special appreciation to my predecessor for laying a great robust foundation on which I stand today. I am proud of you. To the Dean of Student Affairs and the Vice Dean of Student Affairs, I thank you for the fatherly figure you have always exhibited. God bless you for your patience and guidance towards us. Madam AAMUSTED has 2 sister campuses, Mampong and Kumasi. Our unity will harness the beauty of our great institution. Building the AAMUSTED brand is a shared responsibility. It calls on each of our student leaders. It calls on each of our student leaders embrace innovation, support entrepreneurship, and champion our TVET identity. Let us work hand in hand to elevate our university reputation locally, nationally, and globally. Together, we will build a brand that reflects excellence, inclusivity, and opportunity. Long live the unified SRC, long live AAMUSTED, long live Ghana's premier TVET University. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. Respectfully, may you move for the deliberation of the message.
Thank you very much. I, Emmanuel Ephraim Quantin, the Unified SRC Vice President, duly move for the discussion of the presidential message. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. President. Respectfully, honorable members, owing to the fact that we don't have the document, and so we may not be able to do it page by page. But then, also owing to the fact that we are far behind time, if you would agree to take 3 questions entirely from the entire document. If you would agree. Yes. Honorable.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. My name is Daniel. In fact, during the presidential message, an honorable man raised concern that they are not having the documents. So, as it stands now, we don't know the document. We are going to read through and to ask the necessary questions or the relevant questions we would like to ask. So if the document will be ready for us, then we can ask the necessary questions.
Thank you very much, Honorable. Honorable, respectfully, permission was sought and was given. That is why it was read without you having. But we believed it was in the pipeline because honestly it's been sent, but the network is not giving us.
Mr. Chair, I'm not disagreeing on fact, but what I'm saying is that I don't have the documents, and I'm sure the honorable members do not have it. How do they ask a question?
All right, thank you very much. So the technical team will put their heads together for it to have it very soon. Thank you. So whilst respectfully, anyone with a very powerful network should just help us. We connect to the hotspot in the Senate, respectfully. And so whilst we wait for the technical team putting things together to send it, I would like to acknowledge the presence of the President of Students Legal Society, AAMUSTED, Kumasi, in the person of Council Rahman. Honor, we are welcome. I would also want to acknowledge the presence of one able man. I know him to be called Political Biggie from Mampong. Honorable, I acknowledge your presence. And then I would also want to acknowledge the presence of the Vice President of the Tertiary Education Institution Network, She's here with us. For a woman to assume such a position, in fact, she must be acknowledged. I duly acknowledge you, Honorable. You are duly welcome. All right, so I'm a free hand. Honorable to go over here.
I have a solution to the technicality they have in there. And that is why I've raised my hand for a long time.
All right, now you have the floor, so help us.
I can give them the password for the staff Wi-Fi so that they use it.
Hey. All right, then give it to us from where you are. So that
for that one,
please come and help us. Honorable Elijah Kola. But please, what he said is for absorption and consumption. So from your AAMUSTED Kumasi, don't take it out. Sticky says he has got the. I think we are doing all
The chair, the floor is for me now.
Yes, please.
Thank you, I have the floor. The chair.
The chair, in fact, even as we are waiting for the problem to be solved, I am of the view that let's move to the next agenda because time is fast spent and then people will travel back to Mampo. Yeah, so let's move to the next agenda. Thank you, and I will submit.
Honorable member, I would want to understand your take. We discard it entirely. I mean, the deliberation will move on, or we go and come back to it.
Now, the chair, I hope you answer your question directly. Yes. Now, let me answer you directly. The chair, in fact, now that we, the chair members, we don't have access to the document, how do you expect us to answer? We cannot ask questions.
Respectfully, we are not fighting. I only said.
The chair, we are not fighting.
I will seek a clarification of what we are saying.
Now, okay, let's move to next agenda.
Okay.
And then, if maybe they are able to help us, then we'll come back.
All right, thank you. Thank you. So I would also want to acknowledge the presence of the Speaker of the 19th Parliament, AAMUSTED Kumasi, in the person of Right Honorable Esther. Honorable, you are duly welcome. And also Honorable Apiaji, popularly known as Royal Kumasi Campus. I duly welcome you, sir. All right. So former SRC Week Celebration Chair, you are welcome, sir. Please, there is. So Honorable Elisha, can you frame it well? You know, for it to be a motion, then we see for Honorables who agree to it.
The chair, with your guidance, please help me how to frame it. Thank
Say
you.
I, Elisha Kola.
Kola Yapwa. This is my name.
All right, I think the problem has been solved.
Thank you.
But Honorable Elisha, I miss you.
Oh, I miss you.
And you are looking so glorious. Thank you very much. I see the man provide the team vice president, lifting her hands. Madam Vice, do you share in what he said? You do, eh? Oh wow, that's great. All right, thank you very much. Honorable members, do we have the document now? Honorable members, do we have the document now? All right, so now that we have the document, I trust in our intellectual ability, and I believe we can actually peruse within a minute. And so I'll give honorable members 2 minutes to go through so that we can take the deliberations. 2 minutes. So per my watch, it's 4:11. And so at exactly 4:13, we commence with the deliberation. So as we peruse, please, the welfare department, be putting things in place. Please. By now, and take it from there. Honorable Amenyampong, former President.
Ideally second that the presidential message is deliberated upon. Thank you.
Thank you very much, 30th President Amenyampong. All right, so we have 2 pages, and so we'll take a maximum of 3 submissions or deliberations from each page. And so page 1, Honorable former. Oh, okay, let's hear.
Thank you, the Chair. The name is Brighton Minyako, former Unified Local News President. The Chair is pushing for the former Unified President to read his own message was because he was able to represent the entire student body on council. Looking through the messages, I've not seen any reports from council. So I wanted to know if there is anything he wants to tell us per his meeting he was attending at the council level, because we are the very people that sent him there. So I think it would be prudent you come back with a report. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much, Honorable. So when we are done with the deliberation of this particular message, we will permit him to tell us something about the Unified. From council. So page 1. Page 1. Page 1. Thank you, honorable members. Silence means consent. Yes, honorable. On page 2.
Page 1. Sorry. The Chair, respectfully, for the heading.
Honorable, I was actually page 2.
Please, respectfully.
Okay, let's hear.
Please, I was asking.
There's a point of order at the top there. Honorable Elisha Kola Yapua.
Thank you, the wisest chair. The chair, please, I am putting the honorable man into order so he should be upstanding. Thank you, the chair, and then thank you, my honorable member. In fact, the chair, I am putting my honorable member into order because he's beating about the bush and then he's sending us far. Thank you. We are in page 2 and he's in page 1.
Thank you very much, Honorable Kolan. That notwithstanding, other overruled because it's actually been permitted by the chair to.
You are wise. Thank you, the chair. Indeed, you are wise. Please. The name still remains by talking about former Unified Local News President and the first class of women. The chair, please, from the heading. A presidential message to be delivered by the Unified SRC President, His Excellency David Akwete Oche. And please, I'm just seeking for clarification whether there should be an amendment where His Excellency Ephraim, like it should be like His Excellency Ephraim read on behalf of the President, because it's a working document, and I think I'm asking the House whether there should be an amendment on the heading. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much, Honorable. Consent duly noted. It will be captured in the meeting. In the minutes. That will be captured that it was read by. It was supposed to be read by Mr. David Akwete Oche, but owing to some circumstances and differences, he has to read it on his behalf under delegation because he happens to be his vice. So it is actually allowed, even with the name still being there. But then the right can also be done in the minutes. On that note, we move on to page 2. All right. So, Honorable Kinua, put your justice.
Thank you very much, the wisest chair.
Page 2.
Yes, the chair is page 2 that I am actually talking of. My name is Chinubo Kodia Justice. I'm not first class student. The chair. The chair, respectfully, I would want to inquire from to the Honorable President. In fact, I could see that in the message. I think the only thing captured here that I see to be a project or something that actually is an outcome of the General Assembly's doing, is the Constitution. I'd like to inquire, is it to say that the President actually didn't do anything at all apart from the Constitution? If there is something that was being done by the President, I would suggest that going forward, certain should be captured, because mostly the last presidential messages covers things that are being done by the President, but to capture only and this is a document that is going to be there for future generations to come and read. So it is a suggestion that I am actually bringing on board, that if some things were done, then the President should kindly include them, but if not so, then let's go forward, because I believe he did a lot rather than this.
So, Honorable, your point is well noted. Your point is well noted. And so, I would actually invite Honorable David Akwete to respond to that instead of the President who read the message.
Chair, I know you're right. I'm not done. That is why I'm pleading the chair. I was told when the chair cut me short.
Yes, but that's
I'm
sure you want to know whether there wasn't any project apart from the Constitution.
Yeah, there's a second comment coming.
Then please let's make it snappy.
God bless you, the chair. In fact, the chair, myself and my colleagues who've been here for a long time, we will plead if the welfare people can actually do justice.
Is that the second one?
Of course, the chair, that is something that is very clear to my heart.
All right, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
It is said, a hungry man is an angry man. That notwithstanding, I want to believe you heard me mentioning the welfare department to speed up the things. And so they've also whispered to me, they've signaled me that things are underway. So you should be said. Thank you very much. Honorable David Akwete Ochi. The Honorable seeks to know whether, apart from the Constitution, was there not any other project that you embarked on?
Thank you very much, the wisest chair and this honorable house. On the matters of the project for the unified front, in fact, this administration, upon it being short-lived, went through a lot. So at a point, I was forced to put together a committee that would work on the Constitution, because I felt at my time it was very close to promulgation and I had to do everything in my position to see it come in place. So we had to swear the Constitution Drafting Committee, and it was sworn by the Dean of Student Affairs. After which, looking at the back and forth between our sister campus, we couldn't get a convergent point to make a way forward. And that has been the main reason why, after we sat at the Dean of Student Affairs office, I agreed that we proceed with this meeting. Because in a case where we go by any misunderstanding or any chaotic move and we go back to our campuses, it means the slot on the University Council will be missed. And we didn't have a rep over there to speak on behalf of students. Then also, the university registrar wouldn't take the SRC serious. So I must admit, it had been a very tough administration, but we managed to make our half payment to the lawyer, who is almost done with the Constitution. So if that of the Mampong campus comes on board, it means we will have our Constitution. So it's one of the achievements I had to fight for, and I had as the one on my presidential message. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Honorable. Page. Honorable Rukaya.
Thank you, the wisest chair. My name is Rukaya Hassan. I just want to add up to what, not even to add up, but also ask that Honorable Chinigo Akodia adds that apart from that, and he mentioned that that is one of, meaning that there are others. So the other was the ones that we wanted to hear. So please, I don't know if they are the others, that it can be disclosed to us. I would love to hear. Thank you.
All right, so I'll say permit Honorable David to respond to that. Please, our president has been standing for long. And so your question is actually first under page 2, which means we also cannot do that.
Okay, thank you very much. And thank you, the Vice Chair, for the opportunity. Honorable House, sincerely, the other project I wanted to see couldn't see the light of the day. We have the Yonkodo Endowment Fund. Now, during my tenure as the SRC President of Kumasi Campus, I moved for the Yonkodo Endowment Fund, an initiative to support students who are brilliant, they are special, but they are needy. And upon the approval from management, they gave 3 requirements. The 3rd requirement was stated clearly that if we could discuss with our sister campus, because it's a very good initiative to support our own students. But during the vacation, when I had a chance to call for a meeting, it couldn't come off. Most of the meetings we called for proved futile. Then also, this permits me to revisit. So, Honorable TK, and of course, I know the August House also wants to know. So, we also have the SRC Strategic and Sustainability Plan. The whole idea behind this, upon joining the University Council, I realized the university has a corporate strategic plan, and it felt good if both campuses had a right direction we're heading towards, so that our policies and our initiatives will be streamlined to a point of development. So it was one of my projects that I felt if I had a chance with 2 campuses at GA before graduating would have passed, so that our policies, that's what the SRC, would have a common direction, because in any case, we are a same university, just that we are located at 2 places. So in addition to the Constitution, I had a Yonkodo Endowment Fund and then the SRC Strategic Sustainability Plan. But due to the emergency of this meeting, it was struck out at the Dean of Student Affairs office because we had to look at the main business of the day. And I believe whoever takes on as the next unified president will take it on a due course. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much. Yes, my Honorable Council actually from Ampo.
Thank you, the Chair. You are indeed your wise. The name is Sedu Dawana Abiba Jedika, the Council Attorney, AAMUSTED Mampong. Please, what I'm saying though is somehow delicate, but I have to seek through you some explanation to what I'm going to say here. Because to me, look as if the unified president is leaving us in darkness. Under his watch, there was issue between Mampong and Kumasi. It's good he could have said something so that we will not come back to repeat what has happened in order for us to move freely. Thank you very much.
Honorable, what do you mean by darkness? Can you define the darkness?
Thank you very much. Please, sorry to use that word, but what I mean is that if he had thrown light on it, how they have resolved it, so that those of us coming will not come and let me say wake a lion, a sleeping dog, will not come and wake a sleeping dog, so that everything will be at a fair ground.
Please, can you frame what I was saying?
Please.
Do you want to explain what he's saying?
I just want to add something.
Okay.
In addition to
please give it to
the topic.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. My name is Reganda, the immediate past SRC Vice President for AAMUSTED Mampong. I think what the honorable member is seeking to ask is that the presidential message should have captured the state of the GA or the unified SRC. I think that is what he's trying to ask. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much. So that is well noted. I think then it will be a suggestion. You should have captured, and it was not captured. So going forward, it will be looked at. Thank you very much. On that note, please, is it on page 2? My friend, please, is it on page 2? It's on page 2. All right.
Thank you.
And I want to believe that will be the last one.
We hope so. Thank you very much, the Chair. I am Daniel Obirebua. I would like to know from the presidential statement or the address, the President made us aware that 12,000 amount of money was paid during his tenure. What happens that the Mampo did not pay? So that we know that going forward he will pay. We want to know why. Because it was just captured that you did your part. It means that some parts did not, the other part did not fulfill the promise. What happened? Thank you, Chair.
Thank you very much. Honorable David Akwete, you may respond to that. What necessitated the refusal of, or let me not say refusal, what happened? Why is it that you paid half and then Mampo didn't pay?
Thank you very much, the wisest chair and the House. Honorable, to that question, I sincerely can't be in the right position to answer. The reason for which the Mampon SRC couldn't make their payment, I really can't tell. But I mentioned in my address that after speaking with the current Mampon president, he gave me the assurance of the payment of the other half, which to me was refreshing because as it has always been, I look forward to the beautiful future than the old past, which isn't that beautiful. So after I was given the assurance of the current one, I felt good. The other half will be given so that these whole issues, which has resulted in a whole lot of problems, will be solved the moment the Constitution steps in. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much. So, ladies and gentlemen, honorable members, respectfully, I want to believe all questions have been answered. And so I would want an honorable member to move for the acceptance. I would want an honorable member to move for the acceptance of the presidential visit. Please come in. Please, with the issue of the council, yes, he will address it. As the president sits, then he addresses it. All right. So, respectfully, an honorable member should move for the acceptance of the presidential message. Honorable, the 30th president of please, I see you want to move, so please move forward.
No, Chairman, I wasn't about to move. I actually had a question to ask.
Respectfully, I think we've gone past asking of questions. So I want political meeting. You want to move, please. You are moving.
Thank you very much, Chair.
You are moving.
With the Chair forcing me to move without allowing me to ask various questions, and of which the questions are so much relevant to us. If not, posterity is going to judge on us. I do hereby move for the acceptance.
Thank you very much, my friend. Any honorable member to second? Any honorable member to second? Honorable. Yes, any members, anyone to second? Sorry, GA. Honorable Reagan.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. My name still remains Reagan. I duly second for the acceptance of the document.
All right, thank you very much. So, honorable members, as the chair takes his seat, we would also permit Honorable David Akwete to update us on the whatever happened at the council front. You know, he was on the board. So the chair assumes his seat, and the Honorable David briefs us on whatever that transpired at council. So, President, you are discharged. Please come and have a seat.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So we humbly call His Excellency David Akwete to brief us on the meeting during the council meeting.
Thank you very much, the Vice Chair and the House. On the issues of council, just before that, Honorable Obriawa, posterity isn't that far from us. We will still talk about this issue, but not here. Thank you very much. The not alone is an acceptance. Thank you. With the University Governing Council, the practice of the council, every conversation that goes on, which is supposed to come out to the perusal of students, is issued through management. So unless matters which are very confidential and they feel should be discussed within the chamber, so whoever comes on as the next student representative will be given the file of the president, will go through all the minutes. In fact, when we go for meetings, we don't come out with the documents. They are so confidential, and we even put our phones off or we put them away. We don't go anywhere closer to your phone or any other device that will give you an access to record, because it's very, very critical, since there are other bodies being regulators and the government officials from the University Council. So, as I earlier mentioned, for me, I have always been for the motion that we should have a rep who take over, because if the 6th of February passes, unless next year, because all presidents will have to move to Ministry of Education to be sworn in onto the council. That's the reason why we have necessitated the smooth running of this GA. So for the council conversations, whoever comes into that position will still be on the council to represent students and defend our cause. Thank you very much. But to the best of my knowledge, every information that was made for the public came out with the SRC being copied. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Let's make progress. Agenda number 5, update on the new constitution. That's the SRC constitution. So we call on the constitution drafting committee, the chairman for the committee, to brief us on it. So let's welcome the chairman as he briefs us on the
House. Please, my name is Gloria Deputy, the secretary to the Constitutional Drafting Committee. I'm here with the chairman of the Constitutional Drafting Committee. We are to report on the progress of the SRC Constitutional Review to the General Assembly. Date, February 4th, 2026. Progress update on the 2024-2025 Constitutional Drafting Committee. Introduction. The Constitutional Drafting Committee was mandated to review the existing framework to ensure inclusivity and administrative efficiency. Our primary focus centered on 2 pivotal reforms: the rotational system for the SRC unified and the eligibility of diploma students to contest for the executive positions. Status of key progress with our work. Eligibility of diploma students. The committee has successfully addressed the long-standing concerns regarding the participation of diploma students. The consensus. We have agreed that post-diploma students who continue their degree programs within the university are now eligible to contest for SRC positions. Legal review. The university lawyer has reviewed this provision and raised no objections, and it is considered finalized and ready for adoption. The unified president position, rotational basis. To ensure fair representation across various campuses, the committee proposed a rotational system for the unified president position. The committee stand. We reached a consensus to implement a rotation schedule to allow diverse leadership opportunities. Legal feedback. Upon submission, the university lawyer expressed specific legal and administrative concerns regarding the current structure of the unified positions. Current bottleneck. As of today, the document is still on review, while the majority of the constitutional changes, including the diploma student eligibility, are approved. The legal impasse regarding the unified president's rotational clause is preventing the final ratification of the entire document. The lawyer's concerns likely pertain to the logistical alignment of terms of office and potential conflicts with the university statutes. We are currently seeking a middle ground that satisfies legal requirements without compromising the spirit of fair rotation. Conclusion and next steps. The committee remains committed to delivering a constitution that reflects the will of the students. We have successfully cleared the path for post-diploma students to lead, and we are now focusing all efforts on resolving the technicalities of the unified president position. Thank you.
All right, so we call you to move for the deliberation.
I, Gloria Adepipe, I move for the deliberation of the constitutional draft term review.
All right, other members. Ms. Rukaya.
Thank you, the Chair. My name is Rukaya Al-Hassan. As the presidential message was made to ask for us to perish through, I humbly request that
Please.
you send there.
I hope you have to second before. Okay, she's not a GA member. So please, a GA member should second before we discuss. His Excellency AJ.